Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the place, John Madden. It's so many, give it Sunday magic.
It's alright, man.
Can you go to court? Get it in.
Cool, I be going there like the positive. You don't really brag about it when you know you got it. Real hard to read it, nigga hooked on phonics. Say a lot of things and never catch like Sonic. Zone, I'm gone. When I'm in my zone, I get it going Donkey Kong. They got the hand dollar, will you give a dog a bone? I'm like, oh, no, you gotta get it on your own. They get an attitude, I'm like, you better check your tone.
We are just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. Faking the give, now Watson. He's got a man, that's caught, left sideline. The 20. And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. Wow, first play of the game sees 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, he spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here we go. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He will find his man Chase complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 33 yards that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Here we go. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. The first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. 2nd down.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
On 2nd and 9, Burrow. They'll roll him out right. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They go play action with Burrow. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. McPherson's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
On first down, it's Watson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's second down. The Browns had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
From the gun, here's Watson. And this throw will be intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take possession here at their own 33. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Burrow. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. York on now for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. Early on, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Here we go. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, it's Mixon. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instinct. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Here we go. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Browns will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. B.J. Hill breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. A big play that time for Cleveland. 52 yards. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability. Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. After one, a 14-3 ball game. It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. And Chubb trying the middle here. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Watson. This is caught. Touchdown, Browns. Amari Cooper, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. York now for the extra point. And it's 21-3. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. Here we go. The Bengals drive about to get going. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. It looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued. And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one. Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try to keep the defense honest. You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down? Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too. On 3rd down, Burrow. And that will be incomplete. Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 23. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
From the 44, Watson. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. B.J. Hill. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
Following that sack, Watson and the Browns backed up for a 3rd and long. Back to throw. And that is incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line.
On one, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Steps away to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays, because he's already been intercepted in this game. In the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
The Bengals on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Higgins out on the right side. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here's Aaron Sipos now. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That's good for 28 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And again, it's Chubb. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Now a first down throw, Watson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
To throw again on second down, Watson. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
Love the effort. Love the dramatics. Getting the feet down. How about a little step shuffle along the sideline there, almost like a great ballet dancer or a tap dancer. All for no gain, though?
I was going to say, it's so pretty, and it gets you nothing. Now on third down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on third down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
York able to send this one through. And the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's 24-3. So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
There we go. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. First down. Here's Burrow. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Martin Emerson. And the Browns are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, they tried to take their shot right there, but the ball hung up a little too long, and it's intercepted.
And when you describe trying to take their shot right there, usually the ball has to be thrown on a little bit more of a line. You just mentioned it. The ball hung up there. The reaction time of the defenders, they win the day and intercept it.
The Browns drive about to get started. After the interception, here's Watson. Going right side here, and that's complete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And the Bengals are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. It's J.O.K. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in there for the sack. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Bengals with work to do in this third quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway. And this will not be... It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll stay on the ground, mixing again, and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves them with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And now the ball's out, fumble near midfield. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They go up the middle with Chubb, and not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Now Watson. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 40 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one.
And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, 36 yards. And the Bengals take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 24-10. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Off of play action, it's Watson. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? He'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
On 2nd and goal, Burrow dancing to his left. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Burrow with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bengals take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 24-17. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. Amari Barno getting there to make the stop.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Second down, here's Chubb again. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on third down. To throw is Watson. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert. I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's second down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Throwing again on second down. Watson. Looking for a slot man, and he's got him. And they'll work this down inside the 30. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, we got to snap it.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals are right back in this football game. So, my goodness, I would have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we know the game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them the completion.
And Bengals on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. Well, they trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Burrow looking to pass. Oh, no, he lost the football. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
73 yards rushing now for Chubb, and a 1st down as well. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
York able to send this one through, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
So a special teams mistake on the field goal try leads to a new set of downs inside the red zone. Following the penalty, Chubb, and he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, break it the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
I bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to perhaps salt this one away. York able to send this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Throwing, Burrow. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside.
Down coming. Hey, 31! Line up.
Here we go on 4th. Watson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And the Bengals come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. But like all great games, it came down